Well, we got a little Mad Mama drama going on here today. And it's all about what her 10-year-old son wants to dress up for as his costume for Halloween. He wants to get political. People are saying, as long as it's not politics, I think it'd be fine. So now that it is politics, oh boy. Now, he thinks it would be very cool and funny to go as President Trump. I don't think he fully understands that there is a lot of tension about this kind of stuff politically at his age, and I'm terrified of the backlash that he's going to get. And I don't want angry parents confronting me in the car line or kids confronting him. I just don't think he fully understands what this would entail. Now, my husband's saying, look, it's just a costume. He thinks I'm overreacting and doesn't think that kids will give him that much pushback. But I said, look, can we just go with something fun? I don't want any kind of hassle with this. You know, I told him if our kid walks into school with a red hat and a wig, we're basically signing up for a Facebook neighborhood debate. So do I shut it down before it explodes, or I let him wear it and deal with the fallout?
If it was me, I would absolutely shut it down. It doesn't matter which side you're on. Mm-hmm. It's not the time. You don't want to have your kid in a fight. Adults are squirrely about politics right now. Do you really want your kid and some adult to have beef? That doesn't feel like a very safe scenario for me.
Look, it should be something, no matter how you feel about anything politically and, whatever, that, you should be like, all right, whatever, teach their own. They can do whatever they want to do. But you know how people go today, and I don't know that they would react that way.
I mean, it really all depends on what you're able to put up with in life. If you're able to wear a costume and then get the comments and get the pushback, because, people are going to push back. If you're okay with that and you're able to deal with it, then I think you're fine. If you're not able to and you're get upset and there's going to turn into a thing, that's a different story. So what are you able to put up with in life?
I just would never want my kid to be in a verbal confrontation with an adult. If at all, I want to avoid that while they're a kid. Mm-hmm. I mean, if it's two adults going at it, great. Argue all you want. But I don't want my kid to make people at his school mad to where somebody who's an adult says something sideways to him, and now there's a battle.
Now, I know we've had a KVJ Nation, and her kid goes as Trump, loves it, and I don't know that he had any problems doing it. So some kids do it, and it's just his own choice. And if you run interference and you're with him the entire time, you'd be like, hey, it's what he wanted to do. Can you just let him have fun for trick or treat? Can we not make this a big
And he's
deal?
a Democrat.
Yeah, right. That's the irony of it.
What if he doesn't, he stays in character the entire time and never breaks character?
That'd be kind of impressive if he's got a great impression.
It would be.
Yeah.
If he had like 6 hours of nonstop impression.
Yeah.
And how thick is his skin?
Yeah. Look, he's in, 5th grade if he's 10. And I think you can have a real conversation with him about it and understand what is going on. Say, hey, this is a choice that you're going to make. Do you want this? Or there are likely going to be some comments that some people might say to you. So are you ready for that? Just, prepare him. And then, at this point, maybe let him make his own choice.
That's how I look at all of this stuff. If you want to look, you dress however you want to dress, and
dress however you want to dress, but just know somebody might say something very mean and hurtful to you.
Halloween is about dressing up and doing something that you're not. That's what the custom of dressing up for Halloween. I know that you could go deeper into what Halloween means, but it's typically a night where you dress like something, fantasy.
Look, there are some people that clearly like to kind of shock and awe with their costume. You see it as adults where they will wear something that is going to get a reaction. I think they want that. I think that they enjoy that some people are going to be turned off by their costume and may have something to say to them. That's the whole angle.
Some people are looking for a fight.
Well, just know that, when you go out in the world, not everyone's going to play by what you think the right rules are. And you may hear some stuff that, and if you're the kind of person that's able to let it bounce off your back.
Mm-hmm. I just don't trust adults around my 10-year-old. I don't trust that they can keep it together and not say something horrific.
I mean, some people say even a better costume is zombie Hulk Hogan.
Now that's polarizing.
That's polarizing just in this room.
Now, one comment that I saw here in the chat said, why bring the heat? You got plenty of options. You can wear something else. You could say, hey, look, as a parent, we don't want to make this statement publicly. And so I don't want to take heat because people will think that that's where I side, and it could affect how neighbors treat us, how they think about us. I could run into somebody I work with. And, if those are the issues where you say, look, we just don't want to, put ourselves into this, and you wearing this costume would do that. I think as a parent, too, you have that right to tell your kid, be like, no, that's just something because, look, anyone in this family, what you do is a reflection on the family. And we just don't want that reflection.
I know somebody remember the Croc Hunter, rest in peace, Steve Irwin?
Yeah.
He went to a party dressed as dead Steve Irwin with a stingray through his body. And not everyone loved that costume, but he had the right temperament. He realized that not everyone was going to dig his costume.
He was ready for the heat, and he's a grown up.
Yep.
I think that's the difference. For me, if you're a grown up and you're ready for the heat, do it. But I'm not ready to send my 10-year-old into a verbal altercation with an unhinged adult or just any kind of adult that speaks sideways. And I think that politics makes people speak sideways nowadays.
Yeah, but I mean, there's people that disagree with you in the sense that this is how I feel, this is my right as an American, and I'm expressing, my whatever.
But he's 10.
No,
I'd just be worried about my baby. Rocco's 10. I can't imagine sending Rocco out with a polarizing costume either way. On any side of politics, because I don't want adults to say anything to him that's sideways.
I think there's a certain you go down the president list and you finally get to a place where people aren't mad. Like, I think you could dress as Reagan and people aren't going to get mad.
I'm not going to dress him as Biden either. I'm not going to dress him as Kamala. I'm not going to dress. If it's polarizing, I don't want to be involved in it.
Lincoln, I think you're good.
Lincoln, you're good.
I think there's certain.
Lincoln, George Washington, you're good.
Unless you do head wound Lincoln, and some people might take offense to that.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
It is.
Zombie Lincoln might get some eyebrows.
That's it.
I know too soon.
That's it. Big Prince of Peace said if you want to tone it down, you could dress him as Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. Yeah, that'd be a good one, too. Yeah, that's hot list.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely
we had a couple of Palm Beach costumes that might get a little bit of heat.
You're right.
Yeah. So should she let her son wear a President Trump costume? He's 10 years old. 63% of people said no, that they don't think it'd be worth the price of what you'd have to pay with the conversations out there, the reflection of the neighbors and the chat and all that kind of stuff. So it depends upon how you feel. If you're entrenched in and you feel strongly about it, she clearly does not as a parent. She's waffling on it. So I might encourage him to do something else and just say, look, can we not? I want Halloween to be fun. I don't want to be full of fighting.
I'm on her side. I want peace and candy and love and cocktails. I don't want political fighting.